Welcome to Alchemy of the Dark Feminine. In today's episode, I am going to financially empower you to move on from your narcissistic abuser, whether that is a lover or a family member that you are currently living with at this time. So, may this episode financially empower you, teach you resilience, especially around your finances, and how you can break free from financial control as well. So, first, I want to discuss the financial struggles of leaving in the first place. So, I knew the moment I had to leave my mother's house when I started learning about what a covert narcissist was, their tactics, and I also started realizing that I felt this need to start recording her, and it was making me feel crazy and delusional. Like, she would say one thing and then do another, and then like 1 minute she would say, oh, like, let me take care of the groceries or whatever and you can cook. And then the next minute, if we got into an argument, it was, oh, you never financially contribute, I pay for everything, blah, 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 right? Like, there was always this financial abuse and financial control dynamic. And it took me so long to see that, because growing up like that, you perceive that as normal until you learn, oh shit, like, that's not normal. That's actually super toxic and dysfunctional. And so anyway, I started recording her and watching my videos later, and I'm like, this is not normal behavior and something is wrong. Something is very wrong here. And so because I was relying on her for a lot of my finances at the time, I had to start saving up money. I had to build a savings. I had to prioritize paying off any credit card debt that I had. And I had to start making goals for myself. I made this goal of wanting to move out with like 10 grand in my bank account. It was so funny because I wrote it down in my journal and I was like, okay, by this month, I'm going to save 2 grand. By this month, I'm going to save 4 grand. And anyways, it actually didn't end up working out that way. I ended up only saving 2 grand, which was just enough for me to make that move, for me to leave and take that leap of faith. It was totally divinely orchestrated, but I'll get into that in just a minute. But my point being here is you don't have to be rich, one, to move out. You just have to make sure that you're in a good financial, strong foundational hold for yourself, okay? Like, making sure that you have mastered financial literacy with your budget and spending money with your values, okay? Like, your values and your likes and your dislikes are on purpose. And I always tell myself, you know what? Like, when I provide for myself, or when I'm aligned, if this is aligned, the universe provides. And let me tell you, I was so aligned to move out of her house, so aligned to the point where I got accepted into living in this beautiful luxury apartment complex literally within a matter of hours. Like, it was insane how it all just like unfolded so easily. And anyways, like, it's just been so smooth, so effortless, like, feels very 5D, feels very freeing here. I don't, have to live by her anymore. And I have my own living situation freedom now. And do I have a lot of money in the bank? Like, did I have a lot of money in the bank? No. But what I do have is a peace of mind. I'm prioritizing myself, and my current living situation is totally aligned, and it's aligned with freedom. This is my ultimate reality. This is my ultimate dream reality. And I used to have the thought process. I used to have the mindset of, well, if I just pay rent, then I'm throwing money away. Let me tell you why that is so toxic for your soul's journey. Because one, if you are renting versus investing in a mortgage, it really doesn't matter, because in hindsight, in the bigger perspective, you are still contributing a lot of money towards the roof over your head. The choice that it comes down to is, would you rather allocate the majority of your income into an apartment, a beautiful apartment complex where you have the freedom to leave once your contract is up, and you can travel, you can go wherever you want, you're not tied down to a mortgage, you don't have to follow all these rules, you don't have an HOA, like, you know what I'm saying? And then versus if it is aligned for you to invest into a home and plant roots into a forever home and then get yourself into a crazy amount of debt with a mortgage, well, that's totally your free will. That's your choice. However, it is very freeing to live in an apartment complex. And I actually learned that mindset from this entrepreneur who literally set himself free by starting his own business. And I just really resonate with the way he thinks about freedom and finances, because it's literally helped me to get to where I am today. So anyways, yeah, that financial abuse, it literally kept me trapped for so long because I was relying on her to pay for a lot of stuff like the rent and the groceries and everything. Well, I paid for my own bills. I was paying off my car loan debt. I was paying off my phone bill and everything else, right? And yeah, so I had a lot of fears and doubts that came up with leaving and just surviving on my server salary, which I did not think. I still can't fully wrap my mind around it, even though I go and like pay for my bills every single month with no problem. It just blows my mind how I can literally fully provide for myself with all of my wants and my needs and my rent and everything else on just my server salary. And that's really crazy to me. It's like every single month I go to pay rent, I feel so good. I'm like, oh, Grayson, I freaking love providing for you. It feels so good. Like, I love paying my bills. I love generating and circulating the abundance to provide for myself and to pay for my bills. Like, it really does feel so good to take care of myself. But yeah, there was like a lot of fears and a lot of doubts that came with moving out and taking that leap of faith of like, oh my gosh, am I going to have enough to get myself groceries? Am I going to have enough to get myself laundry soap and dish soap and everything else, my toilet paper, right? But like, that's what it comes down to. Are you disciplined enough financially to understand how to get the most out of your money and make your money work for you? And I have 3 different apps where I use these apps when I go shopping to buy my essentials, and it actually gives me money back or points back, which I can turn into an Amazon gift card or turn into money. And then that just keeps my money coming right back to me. And so then I can allocate that money into more of my needs or a savings or growing my savings account. Okay. And for the first couple of months that I moved out, I was literally so like, I want to say scrimpy is the word I'm looking for. Like, I scrimped so hard. I wanted to make sure that I had everything that I needed and that I was going to be okay. And oh my gosh, I remember during February or right before February, I was like, you know what? This is going to be the biggest test to myself. If I can make it through February on a server salary, then I can totally provide for myself fully at any time of the year, just alone on my server salary, not even my psychic stuff that I'm doing online, not even with my book income, not even with my personal sessions, okay? And I'm not going to lie, when you first take that leap of faith, you may struggle at first, budgeting on low income and have unexpected expenses, and you're going to feel like you're in survival mode. I know I was, okay, but I'm no longer in survival mode. I'm prepared to handle unexpected expenses because of how smart I am with my money. I try to make my money work for me as much as possible. So this is one thing I learned, or just organically, was going to my bank and learning about a growth certificate. I had no fucking idea what that was until the bank teller told me about it. And it makes me so angry that nobody talks about like all these kind of things that help you generate passive income in order to help with some relief with your bills. Like, it's so annoying. But anyways, don't worry guys, I'm not going to gatekeep from y'all. But anyways, there's this thing called a growth certificate account. It's just like a savings account, and you can pick the duration of how much it grows. So I picked the longest one. I picked 18 months, and it had the highest annual percent rate of interest. So whatever amount of money I have sitting in that savings account, it's going to increase by 5% once a year. And also every single month, I get about 4% interest on the current balance every month. So every 30 days, it goes up 4%. So if I have like $1,600 in there, I believe the math, it's like $160 extra that I get in passive income every month just from my bank, just from it sitting in there. Isn't that crazy? And then you can literally take that $160 and pay for your gas bill, your electric bill, put it towards your car payment if you have that, pay off your phone. I mean, like, what? Like, nobody fucking told me about this. Nobody told me about this, and it like pissed me off so hard. But anyways, now I know about it. And also another big piece of advice is making sure you have your finances in many different baskets. So having precious metals, having some money invested in cryptocurrency, having some money in a money market or the growth certificate. I really push for the growth certificate and a money market. Because when my money sits in my money market, it's going to increase by like 1% every month. But then my growth certificate account increases like 4%. And so there is like a fee if you remove all your money from the growth certificate account. So that's why I say like work with what you gain from the interest, and you can literally move that into your checking and pay your bills off every month with it. So you're not like totally struggling 100%. You know what I mean? And yeah, the way I started building financial discipline for myself was using an Excel spreadsheet and writing down every single one of my expenses. So like rent, gas, self-care, coffee. Okay, because I love to go to the coffee shop. I love to go to Beans and Brews. It's my favorite. But I'm actually not drinking it as much because my vibration keeps increasing. And so the more my vibration increases, the less foods I want to eat and the healthier I want to eat. And actually my groceries are getting cheaper because of it, which is kind of nice. But yeah, I started tracking my finances every month, and I started becoming conscious, directing my conscious awareness of how much money I was spending. And then I realized, okay, I actually do have enough money to pay for rent and establish some financial independence. However, there was some resistance that I was experiencing in my soul. There were some toxic financial patterns manifesting. So I had the toxic financial patterns of fear of lack, fear of financial independence, right? Because the narcissist tries to make you feel like you can't make it out to the world like on your own. They make you feel like you need them so that they can use you for energetic supply and whatever else. And then you're quote unquote benefiting financially from them when you're really not. It's actually fucking you over. Physically and non-physically. And then the third toxic financial pattern is undervaluing your skills. The fourth one I had was a lack of financial confidence. So that also came from the narcissistic abuse. Sorry guys, I feel so passionate about this because it just fucked with my mind so hard, and it just made me so delusional, and I felt like I wasn't going to make it. I wasn't going to survive. I really thought I was going to get fucked paying my own bills. But I'm actually doing just fine. I'm doing a lot better than I thought I was going to be doing. And not only that, my income is increasing, and it's only going to increase from here. And what's really crazy is, I think it was like about a month or two. I don't know, it was like right before I left her home. But I got this channeled message of, this current path that you're on can no longer take you anywhere else. Like, it is time to take risk. It's time to branch out. Like, it is time to go. It is time to leave. And I was like, are you sure, universe? Like, are you sure I can make it? Like, are you sure I can afford this? Like, are you sure? And I just kept hearing over and over and over, when you are aligned, the universe provides. And let me tell you guys something. I now live on my own in my own luxury 1-bedroom, 1-bath apartment with my own bathtub. I'm obsessed. I love my kitchen. I love my sink. I just love everything about my home. I love that I can eat healthy organic groceries. And yeah, like, I just live in such a beautiful place. And I love that I'm so far away from my narcissistic mother. Like, it's just so refreshing. But yeah, I'm going to teach you guys. I'm going to help y'all rewire these toxic financial patterns that also may be manifesting in your soul as well, and help you to shift out of that old energy, out of that fear energy, so that you guys can literally financially empower yourselves and take that leap of faith, take that next step that you know deep down in your soul is what you need to do, okay? And, you know, you might struggle for a month, and I'm not saying like you're going to be broke, but you know, you're not going to have money to just go to the movies and go out to nice dinners or go get expensive self-care done, okay? But you will have everything you need. Like, you will have groceries, you will have a shower, you will have clothes, like, you will have everything you freaking need, and that's all you need. And it's like, once you're able to take care of your bare minimum essentials, then it's like the universe is like, okay, Grayson, like, you've established this. Here's some more financial abundance. Here's some more responsibility, right? Because you've already mastered this first level of responsibility. Okay, now you're ready to level up. You're ready to reset and receive more. And then you just keep going and going and going and leveling up. Okay. And then let's see. Is there anything else I wanted to talk about? Yeah, if you guys want a copy of my Excel spreadsheet, like the basic skeleton that I use, let me know. I don't know. I don't think you can leave comments on podcast episodes. I think you can just review them. But go to my YouTube channel or my TikTok. Find me on TikTok or on YouTube and comment and say, please send me your Excel spreadsheet that you're using. And I will make a video on it. I will send it to you personally, whatever. We can figure it out together. But I will help you. I will help you start taking those next steps to getting out and to escaping and to start living your best life and helping you set yourself free, okay? So we're going to end this with a powerful affirmation. And then we're going to get into the energy healing aspect of this podcast episode. So repeat after me. I am in control of my financial destiny. I trust myself to create wealth and stability on my terms. Okay. Now, we're going to now set the intention. Okay. Say it with me. I now set the intention at the highest vibrational frequency. Okay. To shift out of old toxic financial patterns manifesting in my soul and shifting into financially empowering 5D financial patterns for my soul. Here we go. I am infinitely supported by the universe. Wealth flows to me with ease, and I am always provided for. Money is an extension of divine energy, and I receive it with love, gratitude, and joy. I am fully capable of managing, growing, and multiplying my wealth. I trust myself to create financial freedom in a way that honors my soul's purpose. I am the architect of my abundance, and I build my wealth with wisdom and ease. I am worthy of being paid abundantly for my gifts, talents, and presence. I set my prices and financial standards with confidence, knowing that I provide immense value. I no longer shrink my light for others. I expand into my highest earning potential with grace. I honor money as a sacred tool for my freedom, joy, and highest good. I make empowered financial decisions that align with my soul's highest timeline. I am a wise steward of wealth, and I invest in myself and my future with love. I release all subconscious guilt and fear around money. Wealth is my divine birthright. I welcome financial success as a natural part of my evolution. The more I thrive, the more I uplift the world. My wealth is a force for good. I am only available for financial relationships that are loving, balanced, and mutually supportive. I release all cords of financial control, guilt, and obligation. I am free. I attract partnerships and opportunities that honor my worth, value, and sovereignty. I am clear, confident, and empowered in my financial decisions. I face my finances with ease, knowing that each choice brings me closer to freedom. Brings me closer to freedom. I trust myself to learn, grow, and expand into limitless financial success. Now, here's a bonus quantum wealth activation. I step into my 5D timeline where wealth, purpose, and ease flow effortlessly. Money is simply energy, and I am a powerful magnet for financial miracles. I align with my highest abundance now, and so it is. You guys, y'all have this. You got this. You can make it out alive. Not only can you survive, you are going to thrive, and so many blessings are going to freaking open up for you as soon as you make that first jump, okay? The jump is not as bad and it's not as scary as, your ego and your mind and your traumatized self is perceiving it to be, okay? Like your soul self knows, your higher self knows exactly what you need in this moment in time. You've got to trust that. You've got to trust yourself, okay? Take this first step as starting to trust yourself. And I know that's so extremely hard after post-narcissistic abuse, but in this way, you're going to physically show yourself and prove to yourself that you can take care of you and that you've got this, and nothing is more powerful than you. There is no energy more powerful than you, okay? I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next episode.